Hello. Today, I want to talk to you about um, how to pray or how I pray. A lot of people don't know how to pray. And um, the biggest part of your prayer is um, once you make your prayer, to rest in it. You know, you hear a lot of preachers talking about rest, rest. I know I heard a whole sermon one time about this person that I'm going to leave nameless because I forgot their name. Chinese guy, Philippine something. Rest, rest. He was wearing that rest out, right? But rest in who? Rest in what? Where are you putting that energy to? That's very vague and wide open. And then you're not telling people how to rest. A lot of people don't know how to rest. You know, where do I start? Now, Dr. Stanley, he he pretty good. He pretty good about uh breaking it on down for you and coming from the Bible and talking to you. Only thing about that, now it could be me. I could just be tripping because I have had some incidents in my life that nobody else could relate to. But is it just me, or I remember Dr. Stanley passing away and his son taking up his spot as a preacher. That's what I remember for some odd reason. And I'm in my bedroom because I could go in my front room and where I usually am in my studio, but it's cold. You see, I got this big old sweater on. And it's gonna take a minute for me to warm up the front room, whereas my bedroom is not as big as the front room, and it's warm in here. So I'm in here because it's warm. I'm trying to stay warm. It's cold. We got some cold rain last night, and it's cold today. But yeah. um like I say, is it just me, or um is some gameplay going on right there? Because I can remember a time. Is it some play on time going on there? Because it was my youngest daughter is was born in 1997, and I can remember, like, she was still a baby. I don't even think she had made a year old yet. It was Christmas time, and I can remember being in my bedroom, and I'm trying to put kitchen sets together and stuff. My husband was incarcerated, and I was trying to do Christmas. That's when I was still celebrating those holidays. And I heard I heard one of the kitchen pieces scoot across the floor. Or ah, or I can't quite get it. And I can remember tripping because I know I heard it. And I know wasn't nobody in the room but me. And I heard that furniture scoot across that floor. Ah, still ain't got it. But years later, when I think back on that, I heard my name in it too. When I think about it, I heard my name in it. And the Lord said my name in a trump. He called my name in a trump. That's what was going on. But I was in the process, after I heard him call my name in the trunk, he was revelating to me. He been revelating to me a long time because I believe my youngest daughter, you lose track, but I believe my youngest daughter is 22. So the Lord been talking to me a long, long time. But my oldest son, he is, I want to say he's 30, uh 30, 28. So, you know, probably been talking to me even longer than I really, really realized, and helping me out of situations longer than I could imagine. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I was having a nervous breakdown. After I heard the trump or the furniture scoot in the room and I knew wasn't nobody in there but me, I'm like, oh, wow, wait a minute. I began to have like this nervous breakdown. I was just like crying and stuff, and I didn't know what was wrong with me. So I felt a play on time. It was while Clinton was in office, and I felt like the year was repeating itself. And I asked my mama, which, she was probably like, is this girl on that dope? But I was like, Mama, I'm like, did we repeat a year? Like, why would I ask her that? That just had to tell you, right, like the point of confusion that I was in. Not confusion, but not quite understanding. Because my father is not a God of confusion. But I was like, did we repeat a year? Like, I had to sound so crazy to her. Now I know to keep stuff like that to myself because I know that whatever the Lord is giving to me, it's real. Okay. So I know to keep things like that to me now. Whereas before I didn't know. Excuse me, let me wipe my nose. Just 1 second here. Ah, it is just so cold and so dreary. Yesterday and today, just been cold and dreary. Yeah, so. Whew. Okay, I'm back. Whew. Super duper back. Yeah, but I was like, Mom, I said, did we repeat a year? And my mom was like, no, baby. We must have been going into 1999. If my baby was, wait, no, maybe she was a year. I don't know why, but for some reason I want to say we was going into the year 1999. Kiki was born in 97, huh? Anyway, I can't remember what happened yesterday sometimes. I was like, and she was like, no, if we went into a new year, baby. And I was like, oh, okay. I must have talked to my mama sometime after Christmas. Those two holidays is right there close together. So I must have been, the Lord must have been revelating to me like the whole time after He said my name. And I just didn't know what was going on. So when the new year came in, I had this I had this spirit on me and didn't even know it. And I felt the world. I was at that very moment after he called my name. I just felt the world just spinning. It just started spinning to me. I never experienced anything like that since then, but I experienced that. And, I just, by me saying, like, did we repeat a year? It makes me wonder, like, when I, in my last video, I talked about Father Time giving his crown to the baby New Year. And, it's, oh, what? Really? And then I don't have nobody to talk to about these type kind of things. People don't hardly want to talk about the Lord. They want to talk about the Lord and then talk about, you like girls that like girls. You know, we can't talk about the Lord in one sentence and then the next sentence we talk, because I love talking about the Lord. So to get in my face, you'll talk about the Lord with me for a little while. Then you drop a line talking about some, you like girls that like girls. You know, people don't have no guidelines. They just go there, and they don't have no conscience about what they do or how they do it. They could care less. They could care less. So, um, yeah, it's a lot of things going on that we don't understand. Like, the world is under a spell. This my third day of surrender. The first 2 days, I cannot tell a lie. I woke up nervous as the Dickens yesterday. And I was like, you know, it just was so frightful. But as the day went on, it got easier and easier and easier. And then before I went to sleep last night, um, the Lord gave me this sermon on faith. It was a cowardly faith. Uh, uh, it was a prosperous faith. A cowardly faith is like, he used the example of Daniel, um, uh, in the other three guys, and back then, I think it was Nebuchadnezzar. He was like, when you hear the music play, bow. So those three cats was the only ones who didn't bow when the music was playing. You know, everybody else, it was a lot of people that knew God that was bowing to that idol when the music played. They get the jam and they blow their horn. Yeah, whatever they was playing, hitting the drum, whatever. When you hear the music play, bow. And it was real like that. And they was like, nah, we ain't bowing. They was the only three who just was disrespecting the scene, like. And the man was saying it was other people, it was other men in that crowd that was bowing down that knew the Lord, but they were scared. They were scared of Satan's furnace. They were scared of Satan's furnace, because that was the thing. They threw them in the fight. They threw them in the fire, and they got burnt up their own self trying to throw them in the fire. So, when they tell you to trust in the Lord with all your heart, you trust in your heart. That was a faith builder to hear that. It was talking about people who believe for prosperity. Oh, I believe in you, Lord, long as I'm getting paid my money. Run me my money, boo. I got you. I preach your word and all that good stuff. You just make me rich. Well, that's not my God at all. That's them other gods over there. They they think they gods. They are gods. They gods, you know, because they spirit beings. But it's only one God, one true and living God. So, I don't even think I had selected that video. I was looking through there for some DIY projects. I'm not gonna even tell no tale. And that sermon popped up. And I ended up listening to that sermon, and I think I had a little bitty piece of it left. I was getting sleepy, and you know how you don't want to miss something, so I'm like, I'll listen to the rest of this once I give me a little rest and refresh, and I can hear it good. But oh, that was some good stuff to fall asleep on, especially with me surrendering like this. And then, like, my little friend, he like, oh, you ain't at work? Where he trying to check up on me and clock in on me and stuff like that. I don't want to have to explain to nobody what I got going on because it's too fresh and new for me right now. I need to be able to live in this for a little while before I start explaining to other people what I got going on with me. It's not really even none of your business. You're not trying to pay my bills. You feel me? And so don't come questioning me. Sure. It's none of your business. Okay, so now I got all off the subject. I want to talk to you about how I pray. Okay? And uh I'm not normally kneeled in any special position or anything. I'm not normally uh you know, I don't get on my knees. Maybe I should, I don't know. But I do pray fervently, fearfully. Uh, I fear the Lord. I fear the Lord more than I fear this world. I have seen God's power. He's mighty, and He makes me a winner all the time. I don't want to get full and teary eyed because that's what I do. I do get full. But he fills you up and overflows you. You just can't help it sometimes. But I just want to tell you how I start my prayers off, and then I just go into whatever it is that I'm asking the Lord for, you know. And I usually start off like, dear Lord God, in your Son Jesus Christ, hear my prayer. I know that you have all authority, dear Lord. You are the visible and the invisible. What is seen comes from you, the unseen. You are the creator of all. Your son's blood is precious, Lord. He has delivered all of us from sin. You gave this world your only begotten Son. You are the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. Hear my prayer. And I just go on. And at that point, you have uh asked for his permission through his Son Jesus Christ's precious blood. They say the only way to the Father is through his Son. So you have to go through the Son to get to the Father. So at this point, you have um, properly uh, gotten into the Lord through his Son Jesus Christ. And you have given him all his authority and his rights, all his power and his glory. Not all of it. I try to give it all. I say the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the creator of all things seen and unseen, the Father of the living and the dead. You know, the one and only true living God. You know, and I bow myself humbly and with trembling, and I ask him to hear my prayer, and that's how I pray. You know, my boy Unplug him, he showed me about like um deliverance, how to um deliver yourself. You know, he said get in the mirror sometimes. You'd be surprised. I try to keep a clean house, you know, but if you got one spirit living in you and you don't keep your house clean, that one spirit go back and get seven more and come back. So now you got eight in you. So, you know, Jesus, and he took all of the spirits out that one man. I don't know how many it was because they went into the pigs. They was like, please put us in the pigs. Don't, you know, we put us in the pigs. Now, you know, you bad when you can hear them devils talking to you. You know, that's where I want to get. That's where I want to get. And I can't get it in the world. The world not finna give it to me. The world don't even understand me where I'm at right now, you know, trying to get there. But Jesus heard those devils asking him, please, 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 you come for us before our time. Put put a put us in the pigs. Put us in the pigs. Just put us in the swine. And the swine couldn't handle them devils. The swine went crazy and they dove into the water and committed suicide. Po pigs. Put us in the pigs. Put us in the pigs. You know, so just have to, you know, family ain't family no more. You know, like the man said, it's not about going along with somebody because they're your family and supporting them on foolishness because it's your family. A lot of times All the Lord understand is stepping in and doing what's right. You know, we have to do what's right. That seemed like the hardest thing to do for some people, to just make a decision based on what's right. That's not right. So why would you continue to indulge in something that ain't even right? But they do it. That's not even right. We'll use proper grammar. But it's done, you know, and that's not a God. So if you a family and all of y'all on that foolishness, you not of God, the true and living God, then you are of devils. So what are you? You're not a family. You a legion. And they are many. You know? So you just imagine if every family member in a family like that is letting 8 spirits live within them. It's a lot of you. Are you coming up against a lot of devils? Because just because somebody family don't mean you let them get away with foolishness. Somebody family, then you know, you tell them what's right or wrong. I know my children, if they doing something that's wrong, hey, you my child, I'm gonna tell you what's right. I'm not gonna just catch your back because, you my child. And on whatever note you on. If you want some bull, I'm not finna catch your back on no bull. I'm finna tell you, man, you on some bull. And I'm not finna be bothered with that. That's what I'm gonna tell you. I'm not finna go all in on no foolishness. So family ain't family. They legions. And they are many. And they all in for some bull. So watch out. Watch out for deliverance. Um, you have to be an example of what God is, uh, just so other people can see the error of their ways. Hopefully they see the error of their ways. You know? Um, I have I do, like I say, my friend unplug him. He taught me a lot about deliverance, and I don't know how good I am at it. Uh, but uh, I do put hands on people. I have put hands on my youngest son. He coming here acting like something straight up out the pitch. You know what I'm saying, bro? If you don't get yourself together, and I do a deliverance, honey, I holler, I rebuke you in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. In God's authority, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and end, the seen and the unseen, creator of all. And your son, Jesus Christ, no, 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 no. Your son's precious blood, Lord, cover me, cover my enemy, and loose my son. And I'm binding all demonic spirits. Loose them. Cut them loose, baby. Turn them loose. And then I'm binding them. I'm going to have to do that for my daughter, too. I need to do a deliverance on her. I just, That's what I need to do for her. Deliver her. Because she going through some changes, baby. And the Bible say, whatever I bind here on earth, you bind in heaven. And send these spirits back to wherever they from. The abyss, hell, the gates of hell, desolate and thirst. Send them back to where they came from. And you know, he gets better. He gets better. They get better. You know, it just sometimes uh like you when you just like walking into a thing and you're not really knowing what's going on. And sometimes you can actually feel the devils tremble. Ain't I had one friend that's got like Tourette, so he always twitching and carrying on and all of that. So one time I called out the spirit Tourette in him. And all of a sudden the vibe changed. And he sent the text message back talking about some, I know you know. I was like, whoa. It's first time they ever talked to me, like the longer the more you get into this, the realer it get. And he was like, he wasn't talking to me no more. That's what I realized at that point, that he wasn't talking, it wasn't him talking to me. And he was like, I know you. The spirit was like, I know you know. I'm like, he know I know what? So then a little while later, I ain't send no text message back because I'm really like, whoa. I had heard about other people talking about stuff like that, how they'll talk to you, or they'll try to say things to embarrass you, or they bring up things from your past, because ain't none of us perfect. But depending on which kind you running up on. I ain't had none of that to happen. Like I said, this was the first time this had ever happened where one actually talked to me through the person that I was delivering. And then a little while later, he was like, sent him a text, leave me alone. And I sent the text back, no, you leave him alone. And it, that was like 2 months ago. And the guy just sent me a text message the other day. I hadn't heard from him for 2 months. So I don't know if he been delivered or uh did the spirit tell him to quit communicating with me so that he could dwell. These devils ain't playing. They want your body, your mind, and your soul. And they not playing. All right, so that's what I want to talk about. How to pray in your son Jesus Christ. Sweet, sweet, precious blood. Lord, hear my prayer. I don't want to leave nothing out because I be going there. Lord, that sweet, sweet blood. And sometimes I make up me a song. The sweet, sweet blood of Jesus. and I sing it to him. All right. That sweet, precious blood of Jesus. Ooh, we wouldn't have even been in the game if it wasn't for that. That's some power right there. That's power at its finest. At its finest. Everybody just needs to start walking into their power. They need to walk into whatever uh power there is for the Lord. Drop these holidays, these traditions of men. The Lord despises them. He despises them. He literally hates them. Hate a strong word. Hate a strong word coming from my father. He do not like these holidays. I prefer to use the word despise because I would have to explain hate coming from my father, and I don't quite understand that myself. Mm. That's a good place to start. Start resting on Sundays. I mean Saturdays. Oops. See, program. Start resting on Saturdays. The seventh day. That's the day that the Lord hollowed out. That is the day that the Lord said to rest in. That's the day He rested in. That day is full of blessings. Um, rest, rest. Don't go to the grocery store. It's funny because Saturday was always that day. Saturday was always the day for going to do the laundry, cleaning the house. You get up early Saturday morning, watching cartoons. Your mama turn the cartoons on for you. She get the cleaning her house up real good. Saturday was always that day when actually it's total rebellion to what the true and living God wants of us. He wants for you to rest in that seventh day. He don't want you picking up no broom. Yeah, you go make groceries. We'll get up, clean up, go over to the laundromat, bring the stuff back from the laundromat, empty the buggy out there, take the same buggy up over the Jewels to the grocery store and make groceries. You got it in on Saturday. No sweeping, no washing, no machine or nothing is supposed to work on a Saturday. Um, no brooms, no mops. Just rest. No going to the grocery store, selling, bartering, trading. Just rest. See, a lot of us can't go and get into our blessing because we don't know how to live for God. And the adversary don't want you to know how to live for God. He glad you don't know how to live for God. And he glad you ain't trying to go find out how to live for him. Because your ignorance is going to send you straight to his pit. Right with him. He don't care that you don't know. He love it. You better get on this ark. People better get on this ark while the door is still open. But you know what? The door closed on the ark of of uh 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 of Noah's day. The door closed on the ark, and all those people that wasn't on that ark, they was in trouble. But I'm noticing now that even though the Lord be ticked off with you, his arm is still outstretched. Just kept reading that in Isaiah. I'm trying to get through Isaiah, but I can't get through Isaiah for going and looking at the verses that I don't understand that I've similar to the one that I'm in Isaiah. I'm going back to Deuteronomy. I'm in Second Kings. I'm in Genesis. So I have only got to chapter 10, verse 10 in Isaiah because I keep going back because the Lord promised them. He promised them that that they were going to eat their own arms. I believe it's Isaiah 9 or 10. He promised them they was going to eat their own arms. So I didn't understand that. Like, what? And then kind of I did understand it, but I'm like, what? What? So I go back into Deuteronomy. And Deuteronomy said, you'll eat your children's arms. What? So then I see Second Kings. I said, I know what that is. And that woman, they was going through a famine, and that woman called the king over, and she told the king, come here. And the king came on over, and the woman was like, her over there. Yesterday she came to me and she told me that if we have my baby today, then we would have her baby tomorrow. So we bore my baby. And now, today, she has hidden her baby. I said, woo. I knew that's what it was talking about on the slick side. But I just kept on digging until it just got right up in my face. Because I never knew. See, I read the story in Second Kings first. I just started reading Isaiah the other day. So I knew about the story about the lady boiling her baby and ate it. But I didn't know that the Lord had promised them that it was going to go down like that. Whatever he say he going to do, he going to do. Whatever he say he going to do, believe one thing, that's what's going to happen. He is faithful. He is faithful. Whatever he say he going to do for you for obedience, know it's real. He kept telling the children, he kept telling his chosen group of children, he was like, if you do this and do this and do this, if you be obedient to me, I got blessings galore for you. Oh, also about praying, be in a fast. I'm in a fast right now. A lot of times when I'm praying, I'm in a fast. Because it was the apostles went to Jesus and they was like, how come we couldn't get those devils out of that person? And the Jesus just told them, some of these you got to be fasting and praying for. You got to be fasting and praying. You can't just pray, you got to fast too. So that's also another part of running demons. When my boy Unplugged come on and say, it's like them devils be trembling. They be like, ooh. I said, they scared of you. Who you gonna call? Unplug them. If anybody know about Ghostbusters, I'm telling my age now. But you gotta run them devils. You gotta run them. Get them under your feet where they belong. Because they gonna put you under theirs if you don't. But What was I talking about? Oh, God being faithful to his word and his promises. If he promised something, whatever it is, good or bad, you better know it's getting ready to happen. Because he kept telling his chosen children, if, uh, I bless you for obedience, and I'm going to take you into slavery for disobedience, and you're going to be sold amongst your enemies in a land that you don't know, in a strange land that don't have your father's ways. They don't have my ways. These people don't have my ways. But they just kept on doing like the rest of the world was doing, and ideology, and want to do what everybody else is doing. And the Lord hadn't handled up on them. He faithful to his word. Told us he was going to send us in ships. Ain't that how we came? People want to deny that story, that that's how we came. But that's the Lord being faithful to his word. And that would make Negroes God's original children also. That original, that chosen group that he was walking with. So you got a lot of people that want to put a little twist on that story. Ain't no twist going on right there. And every man come from that original man. Every man. We all black people at the end of the day. We all are Negro. But he said these people not. And then I don't know. I'm not gonna even say that. I'm not exactly sure about that, because I believe God had his hands on all people. It's the funniest thing. Let me tell you something else about Isaiah. I was gonna make this video real short, and I'm just like rambling. But it just blow my mind, because uh Manasseh, and also in Isaiah, Manasseh and Ephraim uh were coming up against Judah. Now, I said, what? I said, now, these names is real familiar here. So I turned to Genesis. I went straight to it. Sure enough, Manasseh and Ephraim are Joseph's children that he had with the Egyptian woman. Remember, they gave Joseph a wife after he came out of the prison. He finally came out of prison because he was the dream interpreter. And they let Joseph out of prison, and he got a wife, and I think he came like second lieutenant or second. He held a high position because he was able to interpret the dream, and he saved people from the famine. And so he got him an Egyptian wife. And Judah is their uncle. That was Joseph's brother, Judah. That's part of the 12 tribes of Israel. So, but they warring against each other. And they brothers and stuff. They on the same bloodline. So we all kin. We all blood. Ishmael and I want to say Isaac. Ishmael was from the Egyptian handmaiden. Sarah told Abraham to go into the Egyptian handmaiden. They made Isaac. They made Ishmael. And then Sarah finally got pregnant, and they had Isaac. And so that's when Ishmael and but the Lord still promised that Ishmael was going to still be heavy in the game. You know, he promised the Egyptian handmaid, your son's still going to be heavy in the game. My father loved us all. That's the thing about it, you know? That's the thing about it. And every hand is going to be against him, and his hand is going to be against every man. Just talking about how my father faithful to his word. Then Joseph's own boys warned against their uncle Judah. I don't know the 12 tribes, all of them offhand, but I want to say um, Joseph, Ben, uh, uh, Reuben, Simon, Judah. I still got 7 more to go. Can't remember them all. Dan. Uh, uh, not bad off the top of my head, but so one of the branches, Joseph, who is the head of the 12 tribes, is head of one of the 12 tribes. His children, Warren. How could that be? Whoo, like I say, sometimes you don't get nothing but a bunch of questions, but they'll eventually get answered. All I can say is that we all are one. And we all one against each other. Those Egyptians, those Arabs over there, they're my brothers. They're my sisters. The Lord called those Egyptian women women of Zion too. I thought it was just us that was the women of Zion. Is Zion a good thing or a bad thing? Because in the Song of Solomon, uh, we were the daughters of Jerusalem. You know, I don't know. It sounded like a blessed name to me. But I thought that prophetess were uh, witches in the Bible. And I just read in Isaiah once again, where a prophetess is a woman of God. I didn't want to take on that title because I thought it was a bad thing. And it's just funny how you can just continue to learn, and maybe I am a prophetess. You have to read your Bible so that you can make good and clear decisions about things. All right. I hope I've been helpful. I would like to think that I've been helpful. And that's going to be the end of my video. I love you. And may the Lord be with you.